Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't see you there. Listen, I know I promised an immediate follow-up to my original Mario Party video, however, I just spent all my life savings on a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass. It was a pretty penny, but trust me, it'll be 100% worth it once they add in the original Mario Party trilogy to the service. Listen, as the biggest Mario Party fan in the world, I have to have all of the games on my latest console. In fact, I think it was just updated. Let's take a look. Yeah, about that. Yep. Ooh, okay, gimme. Looks solid. Wait. Really? The original Mario Party? The original Mario Party?
Mario Party 2.
But I mean, hell yeah! I'm not. Oh, wait, 2? Oh my god! Are you kidding me? I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad. Oh my god. I made a joke about it in my review of Mario Party 2 and 3 that I still need to edit. It's the opening scene. Are you fucking with me? Literally the opening fucking joke is about the fact that Mario Party isn't on it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a case study as to why you should be more timely with your YouTube videos. I had this joke planned out literally a whole year ago, and forget it. Just forget it. I'm just on with the video. Who cares? Sequels sure are something, aren't they? Taking something you did before and attempting to make it better in the process. Although, it's strange, really. Not many Nintendo 64 games got the sequel treatment. Most of them were one-offs. I mean, even Ocarina of Time, one of the most critically acclaimed games ever, never got a direct sequel. There was Majora's Mask, of course, but this falls more to the category of alternate reality than sequel, in my opinion. Mario Party, on the other hand, got not one, but 2 sequels on the N64, which is honestly crazy to me. The original Mario Party, as I stated in the last video, found itself in a bit of hot water when its spin stick minigames earned it a couple of minor lawsuits. That hard plastic stick just wasn't built for that kind of intense gameplay. How they didn't catch this seemingly obvious design flaw in the testing phase is beyond me, so perhaps Hudson Soft just wanted a redo. And so, here we have Mario Party 2, released in 1999, just a year after the first game. Like in the first adventure, the main cast squabbles over who is the superstar, this time in the form of a stage play. I really love this intro, it's just so charming. It's no different than before, it's the same exact argument the group already had with the exception of showing Bowser as the main antagonist, but I don't know man, this just feels so much better presented. The setting of it being a stage play gives it a charming character that the first game just simply lacked. I often cite the music swell here as the bow that just kinda ties it all together. I don't know, it's just one of those things, you know? It gives me goosebumps and really attaches me to the adventure. That being said, it is quite redundant. Outside of this cutscene, the stage play is never really mentioned again, and the lore of the boards from the first game are pretty much gone in favor of each new board telling you how Bowser did a bad thing and how only the superstar can stop him. Oh no, Black Hole Bowser, the plunderer of space, is trying to take over the space station? We need the superstar to keep peace in the galaxy. I mean, you can see what I'm saying here, it's just very bare bones. Like I've said before, I know these are party games and plot does not matter. It's just slightly disappointing to me personally because those little details added to the experience for me. There's not even that much to unlock here, just a Bowser-themed board and a rare minigame at the end called Driver's Ed, a special minigame where you drive through cones under a time limit. I mean, thanks, I guess. Being honest, I've only really played Bowser Land a handful of times, and I've never unlocked Driver's Ed. There's just not much here to compel me to go after these unlockables, I just enjoy the core game for what it is. But, on a positive note, these are the only major downsides I can think of in comparison to the first game, because otherwise, this game is an improvement in every other way. The rules remain the exact same as before. 4 players roll their die in hopes to traverse the board, acquire coins, win minigames, and obtain stars. There are no curveballs here, but simple refinement and small additions. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The spin stick minigames are gone. Nowhere to be seen. Nintendo definitely learned their lesson here, or at least learned how to fear the lawyers of soccer moms. In its place, we now have button mashing minigames, an absolute pillar of the series today, and it's a much welcome change. Aside from the pain, spinning the stick was just not fun to do. Button mashing is just so much more immediate, satisfying, and fast-paced. It's a much better fit for party games like this. Speaking of the minigames, holy shit, these are so much better! The variety here is much better balanced. 21 4-player minigames, 12 2v2, and 11 1v3. There are also 8 battle minigames and 6 duel minigames. Overall, it feels like the quality and polish of the minigames are much higher. The animations are more detailed, and the environments in which they take place in feel much more natural and feel at home with what we're used to. You're not in some random sewer with some war pipes waiting for a treasure chest to drop down, or on the top of a generic stone tower catching coins. You're in a forest counting Goombas, or on a running track winding up your Shy Guys. Simply put, the settings of these minigames and what you're doing feel much more cohesive and in line with what the Mario series was at the time. And it's funny because additionally, out of the 44 core minigames here, almost half of them are returning minigames from the first one. And that sounds super bad on paper because you look at these and you think they might just be lazy reskins, but rest assured, not only do they have new coats of paint, but they control much better, and some are redesigned to be more challenging this time around. You got some favorites here like Bumper Balls, which now takes place over multiple level themes, Crazy Cutter featuring new designs to cut out, Facelift has additional faces to contort, Bobsled Run now has penguin buttholes, the best addition if you ask me, and Hexagon Heat! Alright, I'm gonna yell for a second, I hope that's okay. Fuck yeah, it's back! The sequel that everyone's been waiting for! Only now it's more hardcore! Forget the mushrooms! Forget that puddle you call the ocean! We're fighting over lava now on steel platforms! You thought the last game was cutthroat? You thought it was unforgiving? Toad said bet! He ain't fucking around this time! Get in there, Yoshi! Yeah, burn in hell, Wario! I'm coming for you next, Toad! Give me my 10 coins! Give it! Give it to me!
Sean, your penchant for violence has not gone unnoticed. I fear for my safety. Must I call the Department of Labor again?
Right, sorry. Let's get back on track, shall we? So the returning games are much better than before, but what about the new ones? Well, being that this is one of the biggest fan favorites of the series, it's no surprise that the new ideas here are just as strong. So here are my favorites. Shell Shocked. It feels like a third-person shooter in a Mario Party game. N64 games were brilliant at split-screen multiplayer, and this game is that in spades. I just wish it could have been featured as a side mode with more options. As previously shown, Mecha Marathon. Button mashing minigames became the core of what the series is known for. You mash A and B furiously to stimulate your serotonin. It just satisfies a primal urge that still to this day brings my simple male brain great pleasure. There's a reason why these kinds of games stuck around. Bowser's Big Blast is also, well, a blast. It's complete randomness at its finest as you press detonation plungers and pray to RNGs that yours is a dud. I'm not sure why I enjoy this one so much, I just do. It's tense, but fun. And Speed Hockey, a hectic 2v2 table hockey match that, just like Shell Shocked, really plays to the strengths of the multiplayer capabilities of the N64. It's a good time. There aren't really any games that I hate. Even Slot Car Derby, which was my most hated game from the first one, is much easier to control. All in all, the selection here is solid and high quality. This also extends to the board design. They feel much more compact and connected than before. Look, as much as I love the lore of the boards like Luigi's Engine Room, I really did not like the board's crisscross design all that much. Those alternating doors were just really annoying to deal with. In contrast, the boards of Mario Party 2 are much more memorable and really play to the charm of the series. First of all, look at these costumes. They're just so adorable. Functionally, they add nothing, it's purely cosmetic, but damn if they're not charming. Just look at Yoshi here. So cute. Additionally, the gimmicks of the boards are much better executed here. In Spaceland, there's basically this dead zone in the middle that you should try to avoid because if its counter hits 0 and you're in the crossfire, say goodbye to all of your coins. Westernland is a nostalgic favorite of mine. If you're witty enough, you can weaponize the happening space on this one because Team of the Train will move once you land on one. Depending on where he is, you can screw other players out of reaching the star by making him run them over and send them back to the start. This kind of strategy also applies to Horrorland as well, where if you use Mr. I here, you can be teleported to the northwest corner of the board if you need to get over there in a snap. There's also a day and night cycle that changes every 2 turns, which can alter the board to your hindrance. Thwomps will gladly move for a toll during the day, but at night will be impassable. But the key point here as to why these gimmicks are fun and not annoying is that they are predictable. The only sole exception here is Mysteryland, where you have to land on happening spaces to move around each section. It's a bit obnoxious and is often considered to be the worst board of the bunch by most. However, by and large, you can see these gimmicks coming, and because of this, you can easily strategize around it. And that's a giant improvement in this game. Predictability. Going back to Spaceland again, the consequence for being in the dead zone is devastating. However, there's this giant green number in the center that counts down every time someone passes over it. You can see when Bowser's beam is set to fire off, so if you're caught there, you only have yourself to blame. It's an immensely welcome change. I complained in my previous review that the original Mario Party relied too heavily on RNG, and thankfully, the sequel lays off of it a bit and allows the player to strategize accordingly. This strategy is further encouraged with the implementation of items. Yes, a first and beloved addition to the formula, items make their debut here. There's not very many of them, and you can only hold one at a time, but they come in clutch when you need them the most. Going down the line, there's the trusted Mushroom and Golden Mushroom, which allows you to roll 2 and 3 dice blocks respectively, the Skeleton Key, which unlocks certain gates on the board and make traversal easier, the Plunder Chest, which steals your opponent's items, the Dueling Glove, which allows you to challenge an opponent to a duel at any point, the Warp Block, which, hey, is now a usable item that you can use at will, making this once very annoying piece of RNG from the first game now in your control. The warp is still random, of course, but at the very least, you can choose when to activate it. There's the Boo Bell, which summons Boo to your location, so you can steal stars or coins at any given time. The Bowser Suit, which allows you to dress up as Bowser and steal coins from your opponents if you run into them. And the Magic Lamp, which summons a genie and takes you straight to the star. You may think it's broken, and to a degree it is, but if you think about it, because it costs 30 coins and takes 20 coins to get a star, you need a hefty sum of cash to use this item. This means that getting good at and winning those minigames are key to your victory. What's this? I'm being rewarded for skill in my Mario Party game? Huh, ain't that funny? And lastly on our list of additions, the spaces see a bit of an overhaul. Red and blue spaces are the same as before, but there are far more red spaces on the boards than the first game. This allows players to encounter 1v3 and 2v2 minigames far more often. Happening spaces still cause board-specific events, but like I said, because of the items and good strategy, you can utilize these to your advantage on certain boards. Chance time spaces also serve the same function and can be just as lethal, but are much less frequent in number, so it isn't as much of a threat. There are 3 new spaces introduced in this game as well. The item space allows you to play an item minigame to get a free item. These kind of replace the single-player minigames from the first game. They still halt progress, but are much shorter in comparison to the full-fledged minigames from before. Battle spaces activate battle minigames where the players are forced to put in a certain amount of coins into a pod and battle for supremacy. First place winner takes the majority. And finally, bank spaces. As players pass by these, the bank pulls an Uncle Sam and asks you to pay your taxes. Nobody is safe from the IRS, even in Mario Party. Just ask Yoshi here. However, whoever is lucky enough to land on the space gets all of the coins in the bank. This is no joke. Entire games can be decided by this if the bank keeps building up its reserve for the whole game. These changes and additions may seem small, and they are, but the little things add up, and overall, this makes for a much more satisfying and fun experience that doesn't make you rage nearly as often. I think RNG is a good thing to have in party games, but giving player measures to counter it or use it to their advantage is what makes these games truly shine. Couple that with high quality minigames, and you can see why when people discuss which Mario Party is their favorite, this one is always in the conversation. In short, Mario Party walks so that Mario Party 2 could run. And that wraps up Mario Party 2. But we're not done here just yet, because like I said, HAL Labs wasn't quite finished with the N64. Because just a year after the second game, they went and made a third one. Now, admittedly, I'm not as familiar with this one as I am the others, but let's see how it stacks up. As with its predecessor, Mario Party 3 doesn't reinvent the wheel, it merely refines it while sprinkling in some new ideas here and there. Some happening spaces now are more involved as the majority of them trigger what are called board events. QuickTime events that you need to time correctly to avoid an obstacle or advance along the board. For instance, in Chilly Waters, Mr. Blizzard will roll a snowball that the players must jump over. If they fail the timing, their character runs away out of their control and they're set back several spaces. In Spiny Desert, you could take a shortcut through the board if you time your jumps correctly, or risk being thrown off course if you get it wrong. These events really add to the boards in this game, and speaking of boards, they're all very well designed. For the most part. Woody Wood stands out as my favorite. Its gimmick of Monty most predictably changing directions is fun to use to your advantage. I like this little loop here at the start you can go around infinitely because if the arrow isn't pointing in the direction you want, just keep going around until it changes to what you need. You can also use it to attempt to grab a free item since there are 2 item spaces along the path. Creepy Cavern also stuck out to me because there's an entire half of the board that is only accessible via a skeleton key. If a star is placed along this path, it's a mad dash to the item house to get the key and literally gatekeep all of your rivals from getting it. Really, the only exception is Spiny Desert. Who the fuck in their right mind thought it was a good idea to place 2 star spaces and have one of them be a fake? Oh, it's a mirage, get it? Because it's the desert, get it? Fuck off with this board mechanic. It's odd that this particular board has a mechanic so dependent on RNG because none of the other boards are like this. Creepy Cavern, which according to the game is considered more difficult, is actually easier because it doesn't have this RNG bullshit attached to it. Is it more involved to traverse? Sure, but let me tell you, it's a hell of a lot more fair. But I digress. Spiny Desert is simply a blemish amongst all the other boards. What stands out to me is how these boards are designed with items in mind. Not that Mario Party 2's boards disregard them, but utilizing items just feels much more satisfying here when you could pull off huge strategic moves with them. New items to list are the reverse mushroom, which, as the name implies, makes either you or your rivals move in the opposite direction. Was a star placed right behind you? Just use a reverse room and literally run it back. Is your rival too close to the star? Send them back. It's even funnier to see when they roll a 10. The Lucky Lamp moves the star at random so you can prevent others from getting it if they're close and maybe placing it in a more favorable spot for yourself. The Boo Repellent, or as I like to call it, the Anti-Asshole Spray, which if purchased can save your ass if some asshole tries to steal your star. Fuck you, Luigi. The Cellular Shopper allows you to call the item shop from wherever you are, again playing into how Mario Party 3 appreciates some of its items even more. The Item Bag, which is an expensive RNG purchase but can rescue you with 3 random items if you're lucky. It helps in a pinch. And finally, the Bowser Phone, which allows you to call Bowser and have him wreak havoc on any player's day you wish to ruin. Additionally, Mario Party 3 also features super rare items that can't be purchased from the item shop and can only be obtained through RNG, and for good reason. These items are powerful. The Barter Box allows you to choose an opponent to swap all of your items with, which can help you turn the tides in a game. There's the Lucky Charm, which calls Game Guy, which, by the way, is the only new space introduced in this game. Let me backtrack a bit. Basically, Game Guy introduced the concept of gambling to children. He takes you against your will and forces you to bet literally all of your coins against a minigame. Which chain shop will leave the cake faster? Which chest is Toad hiding in? Can you predict where the roulette wheel will land? Well, you fucking better, because it's all or nothing. And thanks to this item, you can completely screw over one of your opponents if they're unlucky enough. Or help them win the game because they just doubled their coins. It's truly a risk. Then there's the Koopa card, which allows you to take all of the money in the bank. Holy fucking shit. I never encountered this during my playthrough, but thank God I didn't. I can't imagine how livid I would be if someone just casually decided to add 50 plus coins to their bank account at a moment's notice. You might think that's broken, and it can be, but let's go beyond that. Let's just snap the whole fucking game in 2. Wacky Watch. What is a Wacky Watch? Oh, it's nothing. It just allows you to warp time itself by hard setting the game to end in 5 turns. It doesn't matter if it's turn 1 or turn 20. You can either jump ahead or go backwards in time if you want to claim a quick victory, or redo a few turns if something isn't going your way. Fucking wow, that is insane to me. So yeah, a lot of small additions then, huh? If you look at the whole party mode, it's largely unchanged, but all of these little additions really add to the experience and refine the formula that would define the series for years to come. There's even a bunch of quality of life additions here and there. Are characters moving too slowly? Speed the movement up. Is the text too slow? Speed that up too. Do you not want to watch the computer play an item game, Game Guy, or CPU only game? You don't have to. You could turn that off as well. Finally, they take notes from Mario Party 1. The game happily supplies you with options so that you could streamline the whole experience to your liking. Credit where credit's due, it makes the gameplay in the original Mario Party laughably slow by comparison. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to go back after this. And on top of all of this, on top of all the amazing things this game added to the series, we haven't even touched the main meat of it all. The story mode. Wow, seriously? That's amazing! That's what I've wanted all along! A dedicated single-player mode for players like me! Finally, I can enjoy this multiplayer experience all by myself. I have weekend plans, I swear. Look, when I say story mode, I mean story mode. Mario Party 1 and 2 had little tidbits here and there, but nothing even comes close to the effort on display here. It has cutscenes, it has comedic relief, and it has personality, and I love this, but how does it actually fare? Let's dive into it. So the story in this story mode is that a star is born in the center of the universe every 1,000 years called the Millennium Star. It's a remarkably bright star that, whoever possesses it, becomes the superstar of the universe. But because it's so young, and God turned off the anti-gravity that day, it falls out of the sky. Cut to Mario relaxing outside of Peach's castle when suddenly, the Millennium Star lands right next to him. Being the fans of slavery that they are, the main cast argues about who should claim the Millennium Star for their own to once again become the superstar. Then suddenly, the Millennium Star turns the tables and imprisons them in a toy box and challenges them to journey across the land and collect star stamps, or as I like to call them, good boy stars, to prove that they are indeed the superstar. And that's the gist of it. It's not super deep, but it adds a ton of personality and context that just wasn't there in the past two games. I greatly appreciate this addition. So, as stated, story mode tasks you with beating every board in the game. All you have to do is, like usual, win party mode by winning minigames, getting coins, and buying stars. Easy stuff, and because I just kinda want to chill out and casually play through this mode, I put the game on easy. You don't always need a challenge when playing games. Sometimes, all you want to do is just sit back, relax, and...
I forgot it.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Let's just start over, it's fine. So anyway, as I was saying, you really just have to place first by doing the usual thing, just make sure you want to keep winning the minigames, and... Fucking hell, that's annoying. We have to play Chilly Waters again? The game is really making me redo a whole 15-turn game? Okay, maybe it was just bad luck. Perhaps I just need to... What the fuck? What's with this game? This is the first fucking board and I can't beat it. I don't know what it is, but the RNG just keeps fucking me over. And it's on easy. On easy! I can't. I can't. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! We'll do it live! Fuck it! Oh hey, this is when I decided to start live streaming the game. A, because I love all of you and want you to be a part of the video making experience, and B, show you how fucking hard this mode is. Maybe all of you were the good luck charm I needed all along. No. No, 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 no. Did it really just do that? Did it really just... do that? May I just point out that the warp block is random? It's random. It could have chose any three of us, and it chose me. It chose me, and it sent me all the way up with no chance of getting that star. Oh my god, this game. Am I crazy here? It's the first board on easy, and this is the 5th fucking time I've had to replay this level. The first level on easy. I know I'm repeating myself here, but I feel like I'm going insane. This is why this fucking video has taken so long. This fucking mode. I honestly can't believe how long I was stuck here. I'm not faking this, I promise you. My initial goal was to get this video out no longer than a month after I posted the first Mario Party video. I almost gave up on this mode completely, just so I can get this video finished. Thank God I decided to start live streaming on this channel, because at the very least, if I lose, I still have the ability to bring some sort of content to this channel and entertain you all. That being said, please subscribe and hit that bell if you want to know when I go live. I usually stream every Tuesday at 9. Anyway, now that I'm live, and because I have the whole world watching me, I have to do it this time right. We can't stay in Chili Wars forever, but I'm in last place and I'm nowhere near the star. This is the second live stream I've done for this one board. Will I bore my audience? Will I cause all of you to just give up faith in me? God, this is hell. I just want to win this. I just want to see the rest of this mode. If only I could get lucky just once. If only we could just simply... Oh my god! Oh, I gotta be quieter. Oh my god, I did it! I didn't deserve it, but I got it anyway! Yes! I don't believe it. By the very skin of my teeth, I won! Bonus stars, I love you! It was complete and utter luck that I just so happened to land on the most happening spaces, but I did it. That was enough for me to finally break the curse of Chilly Waters and move on to the rest of the story. Now we're moving. Finally, I can't wait to see the next board. I just can't wait. Wait. What? What is he doing? No. No. Are you kidding me? He's challenging me to a duel? And the Millennium Star just allows this to happen? What the fuck? He wasn't even involved in this party. Why is he allowed to do this? I can't even begin to elaborate how much of an insult this was to me. I spent months trying to beat this board, and it wasn't even granted to me for winning? And now I have to play an entirely new mode against my will? Why? What's the fucking point? Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is how I was introduced to Duel Mode, a brand new two-player mode where two players duke it out on smaller scale boards in an attempt to drain each other's HP. Yeah, HP. There are no stars in this mode at all. It's vastly different from Party Mode. Basically, players have 15 to 20 turns to move around the board, recruit partners, attack their opponent, and either drain them of all their HP, or end the 20 turns with more HP than them. How do they do this? Well, each player starts off with 10 coins and a partner. Partners cost coins to keep around because no one works for free. The more powerful they are, the more they cost, so you better get a steady income. And you obtain this by either having your rival land on the spaces you've claimed on the board by landing on them first, or by, of course, winning the minigames, which, interestingly, does not take place after every turn. You either have to land on a minigame space or pass Belltop 5 times to initiate a minigame. Belltop guy awards more and more coins for winning each time you activate minigames through him, so the longer you play, the higher the stakes are raised. I really like this format because since you don't have to stop to play a minigame after every turn, turns go by really quickly, and if you're lucky, you can beat these duels in a matter of minutes. It makes the gameplay really fast-paced and hectic. Catching your opponent at the right time under the right circumstances is legitimately tense. Basically, you have to, number 1, roll the right number to be able to catch them, and number 2, have a partner that is more powerful than theirs to attack them, and number 3, get a bit lucky, because each duel board has a gimmick that can either greatly help or hinder you. For this first one, Gate Guy, there are 2 gates that cost 5 coins, so you really need to manage your money well so you can use the gates, catch your opponent off guard, and attack them with your partners. It doesn't sound crazy, but trust me, we'll get there. Adding to the hecticness is Game Guy, who is even more vital or detrimental here. Again, he's all or nothing. You can either come out with a disgustingly humongous amount of coins, or lose everything. And let me tell you, since your partners need to be paid after every turn, losing everything effectively starts you at square one. No joke. There's also power-up spaces that doubles your partner's attack health and salary. This can make you a force to be reckoned with if you land on it with a really powerful partner. It all adds up to be a super fast-paced, tense, and fun experience that eventually came to grow on me quite a lot. And that's really saying something because I was pissed when I learned duel mode was a thing. What's really annoying about it is that it occurs right after a party mode, and when you take my experience with Chilly Waters into account, you can see why I was... Guys, I just want to be done! I don't want to do this right now. A little less than thrilled to play this right after. Thankfully, the game lets you save after you beat any party mode or duel mode level. Anyway, this initial duel mode with Wario was a bit rocky, but being fair to the game, I was just really annoyed that my victory in Chilly Waters didn't immediately pay off and I had to learn an entirely new mode on the fly. The board has a simple layout with a shortcut in the middle you could pay 5 coins to take. Wario got a good hit on me at one point and managed to evade me for quite a while, but I eventually managed to get my bearings, catch up with him using Gate Guy, and take a late lead. After that, I powered up my partners and got a surprise attack from behind, a full TKO. With that, I finally Finally got the Wit Star stamp and was able to put Chilly Waters behind me. On to the next board. Let's speed things up a bit here. Deep Blue Sea. This wasn't so bad to play on. I was at least happy to be somewhere different. Honestly, the game was going rather smoothly until the second to last turn. I had 2 stars and a good amount of coins. I definitely had the minigame star locked down and even the coin star. That's when DK suddenly decided to turn on sicko mode. He obtained a star on the turn prior, stole one of mine when he passed by Boo in the next turn, and then casually picking up another in the same turn. I now had 1 star while he has 3. This ape was not playing around. He was gunning for my throat, and he had me in a chokehold. Thankfully, I got the minigame star and the coin star after the game ended, and because I had more coins than DK, I still managed to squeeze the win out. Another slim win. Yoshi then decided to step up and challenge me to a duel. I am the kindest ever, so the kindness star stamp belongs to me. That's what he's saying. He's such a nice guy, isn't he? The dual map is Arrowhead. The gimmick here is that when players pass by arrowheads from the outer perimeter of the board, they can choose to go directly to the start space and create shortcuts. This map was neck and neck for the majority of it. Yoshi just kept running from me the whole time while we were dead even. I finally managed to catch up with him and attack, but this is where things went wrong. He lost 2 hearts, which temporarily put me in the lead, but then his Boo counterattacked, killed my Bowser Jr., and now we're even again. Then I landed on a game guy space and lost all of my coins with only a few turns remaining. At this point, the win was about a matter of money. Whoever had the most coins would win. And this was bad because I was nowhere near Yoshi. And the dice roll RNG was just not favoring me. Meanwhile, he kept landing on his own spaces, which granted him 10 coins each stop, and with only 1 turn remaining, things were looking grim. Yoshi was desperately trying to run out the clock, and in all honesty, it clearly looked like he was gonna take the win. But I then got very lucky because my Piranha Plant partner found a dice block on a reverse space, and I was able to scoot just far enough to hit him and take the win. I was a hair away from losing this game, and looking back at the stream, I can't fucking believe how close it was. This was definitely the most tense duel mode I faced during the entire story mode. Moving on to Spiny Desert, this one just sucked. Just look at that timestamp, it doesn't lie. The title insinuates that we were going for a winning streak, and if I meant a winning streak of 1, then sure, we definitely achieved our goal. This map was fucking awful. So many cheap things happened. First of all, as I mentioned, the gimmick of Spiny Desert is that 2 stars are presented to you and 1 is a mirage. And let me tell you, that mechanic is as unfun as it sounds. All it does is randomize whether you actually get the star or not. You don't know which one is real or fake. There is no way to tell. It's just a lucky guess. And if you're wrong, well, the effort of getting there was just a gigantic waste of time, so this clearly didn't help matters. But all that bullshit aside, these computers were out for blood. The first attempt, I got a star early on, but I was quickly thwarted by Luigi when he got the next one first. And then he got another one. And then Yoshi, seeking revenge from our duel, stole my star despite me being in second place. Why me? Bro, I'm not even in first place! Why the fuck did he steal it from me? I'm not in first! That left me with no stars, while every computer had at least 2. That meant, in order to now win, I had to rely on getting all 3 bonus stars. I got the minigame star, I got the coin star with 182 coins I may add, and Luigi got the happening star. Win denied. We had to start from scratch. Attempt number 2. Once again, I got a star early on, but kept hitting the mirage stars, which prevented me from getting momentum to stay ahead. Yoshi then snagged a magic lamp, which enabled him to get the next star. After that, none of us were really able to get over to another star space. Random board events kept screwing us over and prevented anyone from holding a significant lead. And then the bonus stars were no help because Wario managed to snag all 3. The minigame star, the coin star, and the happening star. A devastating loss. The notion of achieving a winning streak faded at this point. Now, we were just focused on beating Spiny Desert. Attempt number 3. Holy Shit, this is starting to rival Chili Waters with how many times we've attempted to beat this board. Halfway through this attempt, nobody was really getting anywhere. I had the most amount of coins, but was no closer to getting any stars. Neutral games are honestly very scary in Mario Party, because it opens up the door for your rivals to pull shit last minute, and since this was attempt number 3, I was a bit on edge the whole time. It was a back and forth coin battle for the longest time, and at one point, Wario won a battle minigame due to control shenanigans on my end. But this is where things started to get interesting. I landed on an item space where Toad floated down and asked me what kind of item I wanted. Being smart, I asked him for a lame item. I figured he'd give me something good out of that. He gave me a wacky watch. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see this man here? This is the face of a man who doesn't know what a wacky watch does. Yoshi managed to nab a star much to my dismay, and we almost ended the stream because we thought that was it. There was no winning this game. But we learned that we essentially got a redo and pressed onward. 5. What does that do? Five turns left. Wario nabs the next star. Still deflated, I roll my next turn and land on an item space and got an easy Boo Bell. 4 turns left. I use the Boo Bell to steal a star from Yoshi. Yoshi quickly recovers it via a magic lamp. Luckily, the star positions did not change. 3 turns left. I finally managed to pass by the legitimate star space, securing 2 stars in a well-earned but unstable first place. 2 turns left. Nothing of note happens for me, but Luigi manages to nab his first star. Fine by me, he was the last anyway, but he then won a duel and doubled his money, guaranteeing him the coin star. Not good. Last turn. I don't get anywhere, but Yoshi moves the star away from Luigi using a lucky lamp, which quite honestly might have prevented his victory. And that's it. That's the game. We're at the mercy of the bonus stars now. All we can do is pray. The minigame star goes to me. The coin star goes to Luigi. If Luigi gets the happening star, he'll beat me out with his immense amount of coins and it'll all be over. It all comes down to this. And the happening star goes to Yoshi. I won by 1 star, and my joy was immeasurable. This was by and large the hardest board so far, and after 3 attempts, after 3 hours of playing, I finally won. After this, I had to duel Donkey Kong on Pipe Squeak. Pipe Squeak's game consists of 4 pipes that randomly shoot you out to another pipe on the board, which sounds annoying, and it is, but in comparison to what I just went through, this was cake. Honestly, this duel was very uneventful. Thanks to the pipes, DK and I kept avoiding each other, and for the longest time, nobody was able to land any solid hits. I did, however, manage to build up a huge stock of coins over the course of the game, which allowed me to keep powerful partners by my side almost indefinitely. Eventually, I landed in front of him and was able to attack him thanks to landing on a reverse space. 2 hearts down, I then roll again, now moving forward, and got another hit on him. This put me in a firm lead. Unfortunately, I was gypped out of a complete TKO thanks to happening space shenanigans that made it impossible for me to hit him again. But it doesn't matter. We ran out of turns and I had a solid win with a full health bar and 552 coins to my name. The nightmare that was the strength star was finally over. Woody Woods was next on the docket. At first, I got super lucky with the RNG of the star placement on this one. I used a mushroom to make my way to the first star, and then the next one popped up right in front of me in my path. Maybe the game felt super guilty for all the shit I got in Spiny Desert? Whatever the case, I'll take it. No complaints here. With that second star under my belt, I had the rest of the game in the palm of my hand. I just had to keep winning. Learning from the losses in Spiny Desert, common sense finally kicked in for me, and I bought the Boo Repellent as a safety measure. I had a firm lead, and goddammit, nobody, I repeat, nobody was gonna take this from me. Later, Luigi managed to get a double roll, which awarded him 20 coins and allowed him to get his first star. Okay, no big deal. I still have a nice shot at getting the minigame and coin star, so I still got this. I still have my lead of 2 stars. Yoshi took the lead for the coin star, but since I had the minigame star still locked down, I still had a guaranteed lead. We had some bumps along the way, but this round has gone pretty darn smooth. Oh no. No, no, no. God fucking damn it! Fuck you, Luigi! Fuck you, Luigi! Fuck you, Luigi! It is the last 2 turns, and he managed to steal my star? No! Just no! Are you kidding me with this? Well, this certainly went downhill fast, so now I only had 1 star to my name, Luigi had 2. Yoshi is guaranteed the coin star, so that's out. So now it comes down to the happening star once again. If Luigi gets it, the game is over and I'll have to redo Woody Woods from the beginning. Please don't let this be another Spiny Desert, please! I'm begging you! And it goes to Wario, Luigi, and me! Thank God! The game made us sweat in this round, but we managed to squeak by and secure the win. Whew. Peach is the next dual challenger, and thankfully, this game was pretty uneventful. The board below hard was a bit on the obnoxious side, as passing over the center of the board swaps your partner positions, which screwed over a few attack attempts a number of times, but halfway through, I got a handle on things and was able to finally start getting some hits on her. At the end of it, I managed to get her down to 1 heart piece and win without much issue. Easy peasy, let's move on. Next up was Creepy Cavern. Okay, look, considering my previous experience with Spiny Desert and Woody Woods, I can't underestimate this game. It has several tricks up its sleeves, and I can just never rest on my laurels. Vigilance is key. I'll have to do my best, give my all, do everything I possibly can to win, and this was the easiest board in the entire stream. Huh. Yeah, for real. I pulled a full Uno reverse on this one. I was no longer being bullied by the game, I was the bully. First of all, this literally happened on turn 3. Ooh! Oh-ho! Hello! The game said, sure. Yep, I got a star block. Completely in utter luck it may be, but I am not complaining here. I had a firm lead early on. Later, I snagged a magic lamp from the item shop and secured an easy 2nd star. I dominated the minigames, I broke 100 coins on my coin count, I even almost managed to pick up a 3rd star towards the end. The only one who even showed up to compete was DK, but even he fumbled as for some odd reason, despite having a magic lamp at his disposal, he decided to not use it and then proceed to land on a Bowser space and get all of his coins taken away. Eventually, the neuron receptors in his brain finally decided to fire, and he did indeed use his magic lamp to get a star, but it doesn't matter. Even with this, the game was practically given to me. The minigame star was mine, the coin star was mine, and Yoshi and DK got mere pity stars with the happening star. Finally, after 5 boards, I managed to have a solid, uncontested, dominating victory. And the duel with Luigi that followed? My God, this poor man, he didn't stand a chance. He got 1 hit on me. Alright, I see what he's playing at, that's cute. Let's just, Yep, that'll do it. The board Mr. Mover wasn't much of an issue either. The changing conveyor belts make it a bit more difficult to pass by your home base to get the coin bonus and additional partner, but it really didn't affect me too hard here. I mean, look at our final heart results. They're inverted. A solid victory once again. After this, Daisy busts in and attempts to challenge me to another duel. Initially, the Millennium Star rejects this as you need to win a Battle Royale map to qualify, but Daisy quickly reminds him that she is indeed the best girl.
How could you betray us like this, you fucking sea imp?
Yeah, so we actually don't have a Battle Royale map this time, it's just a duel mode. The map is backtrack and, this map is so obnoxious. Basically, every time someone lands on a red backspace, the entire direction of the board reverses. Now, this screwed me out of a few attacks, but, other than that, she was a complete pushover. This one, I was super lucky because I didn't realize that having 2 partners permanently increased their attack power by 1. When I caught up to Daisy, she stood no chance and turned out to be my easiest opponent despite being the final duel map. At last, we have reached the final board, the battle for the Mischief Star. But, aren't we missing something? Something big? Something beautiful? something. Mario Party 3, please, I can only get so erect! Waluigi rolls up casually and announces he stole the Mischief Star and demands we must battle him on Waluigi Island so that he can become the Superstar. Waluigi Island is the final unlockable board in this game, and naturally, it's the hardest one. The developers took the RNG dial, said what the fuck is skill, and jammed it all the way to the right. Getting around this board is obnoxious, dude, holy shit. First of all, you have this circle section here littered with happening spaces and dynamite in the center. If you step on one, this countdown timer ticks down. If someone lands on it and reaches 0, it blows up and you lose all of your coins. Great. Then, there's this oval section over here that changes between red spaces and game guy spaces, that's annoying, and over here is a split path where you have to pick a direction. One of the paths is a trap, and if you pick it, you're diverted off course. Another RNG element, amazing. And, you know, I would probably be complaining more about the latter two features of this board if it weren't for the sole fact that I didn't even get to fucking see him. Why? Because of this bullshit. This fucking wheel that randomly spins and you have to time your button press correctly if you want to go down the path you're intending, which, if it's going by fast, just forget it. It's a complete crapshoot if you actually manage to get it right. It can randomly spin slower, which makes your move more predictable, but I never got such luck. I was stuck in the left corner of this board for 90% of the game. I never once got near a star on this board. And I bet you're expecting me to rant and rave about my experience here like I did with Spiny Desert, but the game wasn't even courteous enough to give me the pleasure because this ended up being the most neutral game in the entire run. Just a complete nothing experience. I got almost nowhere, was never able to really break out of the loop I was in. I only managed to do so because I got lucky when using a warp block, and practically all my dice rolls were pitifully low. It just sucked to get around this board. And I wish I had a more epic story to tell here, but funny enough, I actually won this game. I managed to dominate almost every minigame, so my coin count broke 100, which means the minigame star and the coin star are both mine. Then I stole one of Yoshi's stars with a Boo Bell, that I got randomly if I may add, and when you add it all together, you end up with the most uneventful, anticlimactic victory I've probably ever achieved in a Mario Party game. So, that was something, I guess. Oh well, I guess I really shouldn't complain. A win is a win after all. And thus, we got our very last star stamp, our very last good boy star, that completes our stamp booklet and our title as the superstar of the universe. Except not. The Millennium Star has one last challenge for us, one last opponent for us to face. Himself. We're thrown into a one-on-one minigame with a cosmic entity where we must dodge his star meteors and throw them right back at him. I will complain that this minigame does not control well, it's just too stiff. The pickup animation locks you into place, you can't cancel it, so you're a sitting duck if you fail to pick up the star piece. Which you probably will because your character will only pick up the piece if they are directly in front of it and you have to be dead center. And if you get hit at any point, game over, you have to start again. Although, it is very short, you only have to hit him a grand total of 3 times. He throws in curveballs like the floor becomes a metal pool you're slowed down in, and ice physics. And his attacks get faster as well. But this is not a hard minigame in the slightest. You bop him 3 times, and that's it. Afterward, the Millennium Star congratulates us, but reveals that he is actually not the Millennium Star? No, and as it turns out, he's an imposter, and the real Millennium Star was hiding inside of Tumble the whole time. That's a pretty neat twist, I guess. I mean, it's cool, I just missed that sweet, sweet mustache. And yeah, that's it. That's really the end, credits and all. God, what a journey this was. When I set out to make this video, I was really just intending it for it to be a stopgap before the main meat and potatoes, the GameCube era. I thought the story mode was going to provide some fun, much needed structure for my playthrough, and boy did I get that in fucking spades. Never did I imagine it would take this long, but here we are, and I have my face on Mount Mushmore to prove it. Overall, I have to give it to Mario Party 3, it is a fun experience. You can easily see the effort from the dev team on display here and how much pure love was put into this game. I had my initial hurdle with the story mode, but over time, it managed to really capture me. Once I got good at the minigames, it got easier as time went on, and the duel mode is fucking fun, dude. It is a pain you have to go through it after you clear an entire board, but on its own, it is a genuinely fun, deep mode that I can easily see being a blast with another friend. I'm actually kind of sad it never appeared in the series again. As a kid, I always kind of wrote off Mario Party 3, It never really gelled with me back when I first played it, and I always put it beneath the first two games in terms of quality. But I was dead wrong. This entry is on par, if not better, in a lot of ways than its predecessors. Personally, I still rank it below 2, and that is only because I don't think the minigames are quite as good here. There are no bad ones, mind you, but the only one I really love is Eats a Pizza. And for no particular reason either, it's just a fun button mashing minigame. But otherwise, this ended up being a really strong experience. I'm glad I finally gave Mario Party 3 a chance to shine. As the last of the N64 trilogy, it stands tall and is a great conclusion to the original series. If you're interested in it, I recommend it wholeheartedly. But that'll do for now. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, or hit the notification bell for any new uploads. I stream every Tuesday around 9, so if you want to be a part of the creative process, feel free to join in. Next time, we'll be looking at the GameCube era of Mario Party. That's right, all 4 games. Now, this is what I consider to be the golden era of the series. This is what I grew up with as a kid, so look forward to that whenever it comes out. On a serious note, thank you everybody for being so patient with me. I know this video took basically an entire year after the first one, so I really appreciate your patience. I'm thinking that I'll have some sort of groove after this one, so hopefully the next one won't take as long. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. I'll see you in the next one.